All right, I'm going to be upfront here. I am not a big fan of horror, particularly supernatural horror, which makes it all the more surprising that one of Aveson's new releases of the week for the week of April 21st falls right into that category. But here we are. So our first pick for this week is The Caretaker by Marcus Kliewer. It's the story of a young woman named Macy who finds herself in a desperate situation, trying not only to care for herself, but her 17-year-old sister, which leads her to taking on a questionable job as the caretaker of a home for a wealthy widow whose husband has recently died. If it wasn't for the $9,000 that she was promised for one weekend of house sitting, Macy would have surely declined the position simply due to the bizarre series of rites that had to be completed in order to keep some mysterious entity at bay. The widow downplays it as mental illness of her late husband, yet she's been performing the rites ever since he passed away. And as Macy finds out shortly into her first night of housekeeping, the rites and the consequences for not doing them properly are anything but harmless. Now, I started off by saying I'm not a big fan of horror. And I think if I had seen a film adaptation of this book, that probably would have made me a little bit more uneasy. But listening to it, it really wasn't very scary at all. There are tense moments. It is a thriller. But if you're like me and potentially worried about it being a little too scary, you probably don't need to be too worried about this one. Next up is Last Night in Brooklyn by Xochitl Gonzalez. And I actually haven't read this one yet, but it's getting a lot of early praise and has actually been listed, let me get this straight, as a most anticipated book of 2026 by Time, Oprah Daily, USA Today, People, Harper's Bazaar, Book Riot, Publishers Weekly, and more. The protagonist in this one, Alicia, an aspiring writer, lives in, you guessed it, Brooklyn, with her mother, and the story revolves around their relationship, Alicia's new and surprising friendship with a neighborhood legend that lives across the street, and various different relationships and love interests. As I understand it, people that are familiar with Brooklyn and its different areas will really enjoy the local references throughout the book. And everyone will enjoy its wit, authenticity, and engaging storyline. Described as a pleasure from start to finish, this is one that I'm really looking forward to reading. You can get a link to these and the other new releases for this week in the description, and as always, happy reading.